What's good, y'all? It's your boy Eddie back at it again with another video. This is interesting. One of the first videos that I posted in this series just recently got to 10K views, and seeing everybody's comments and stories and everything like that, just off of me just expressing how I was feeling at the moment, right? I recorded that video at like 1 o'clock in the morning, right? Just off of a random thought. And this series is kind of taking a form of its own, right? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm here wanting to motivate people. I don't know if I'm here just venting about something that's going on within my personal life, or just things I'm thinking about. But whatever this is doing, if it's helping whoever's listening wanting to better themselves, or just find somebody that's relatable and somebody that's going through their same situations, I feel like that's something that a lot of people need, especially in this time where it feels like everybody's progressing so quickly, but because of social media. But the case is that there's a lot of average people out there just trying to get to it, right? So just find some being relatable, and this is kind of taking a form of its own. I've been enjoying the process thus far, seeing everybody's stories and comments. But today what we're going to be talking about is what is holding a lot of people back from success. And this is something that I myself had a huge problem with, and I'm still working out the kinks and trying to make it to that next level. Is a couple things, right? First, I'm gonna start off with caring too much about what people think. Caring too much about what people think is one of those things that will stop you from doing anything, because you don't want to look goofy, you don't want to embarrass yourself, you don't want to fail, right? You hate for you to do something and somebody come back and say, I told you so, right? There's a lot of different variables that can go wrong, right? And so the biggest thing is to stop, because when you fail, you're the only one that's going to have to deal with that, right? By you not doing what you need to do to better yourself because you're worried about other people, those people aren't going to be there, right? Like when you fail, and even when you succeed, when you succeed, they'll probably be there, right? But those aren't the people that you want in your circle anyway. I had the biggest problem with this, like me making YouTube videos, bruh. If you ask me in between 2010 and 2016, like if I would ever make YouTube videos, I would think you would be insane if you ever told me that I would be able to sit in front of a camera and talk to people, right? I was a very shy kid, wasn't very outgoing, worried about what a lot of people thought, was trying to be fit in the in crowd, trying to be cool, did whatever the cool people were doing. And as I got older, I just kind of grew out of that. One way that I did kind of break out of that shell, we had a Black History Month thing for the school, and I decided to be in it. I danced on stage in front of the whole school, hitting my Dougie. You know what I'm saying? Like, not, that wasn't the cool thing to do, or, actually the Dougie was kind of cool. It was a cool dance back then. But, not being afraid to be embarrassed, not caring about what people would think about how I danced, even though I killed it, you know what I'm saying? But, just taking those steps, doing things that you wouldn't necessarily do, and just doing it just because, right? I joined the cheer team my freshman year of high school. I joined the cheer team, right? And so I wasn't an actual cheerleader, but they needed guys to compete in Vegas. So we did like the stunts, the cartwheels, the backflips, throwing the girls up in the air, catching them, things like that, right? I wasn't in the whole pom-poms doing all that or whatever, but I did that. And people look at you, weird, suspect if you're on the cheer team and doing all this type of stuff, right? Like, but I didn't care, right? Because I was trying to find myself and kind of break out of that shell to be more outgoing. And you know, I became friends with the cheerleaders, with, you know, football players, with the nerds or whatever. Like I was able to break out of that shell and was able to become cool with everybody. And so those are the type of things that, you know, helped me, you know. So doing things that are kind of out of your scope of being uncomfortable, right? Doing things that make you uncomfortable, and that is important. The second thing that a lot of people struggle with is just starting, right? Like, whether you want to start a business, maybe you want to start a YouTube channel, maybe you want to start going to the gym. Like, starting is the hardest thing to do, right? Starting and getting in the routine, right? Because you can start something, but if you don't do it every day or on a consistent basis, it's not going to work, right? Like with the gym, I have this thing personally where I can be in a crazy rhythm in the gym. I can go every single day and be in it. I miss 3 days, I could probably miss like 3 weeks to a month. It's horrible. It's bad, right? And the hardest part is just like starting again and just going back in and catching that, you know, catching that rhythm again, right? So starting is another thing that a lot of people struggle with, again, and it kind of ties hand in hand with the first point, right? You're scared of what people's gonna think about you. But again, like, you will never know what your true potential is until you get out of that comfort zone. That comfort zone, you're babying yourself at that point, like by staying comfortable. Like you're babying yourself. That's really what it is. And really, realistically, we have to grow up, right? We have to grow up. If, you know, you're doing things to better your life and people around you think it's corny or lame, or, you know, think you're lame for trying to better yourself, those are not the people that you want to be around anyway. And that's just point blank simple. And that's, you know, one of the reasons, you know, why success is a lonely road. There's not a lot of, you got to think, like, the people in the mountains with those super big old houses that, you know, those are houses that people that did things that are out of the ordinary have, right? I mean, yeah, you got doctors and lawyers and stuff with, like, you know, houses and, you know, nice houses and stuff, but like the people with ridiculous amount of money, they did the things that people thought was weird. Like, you got rappers and, you know, you making music and everybody's like, oh my goodness, here comes another rapper, here comes another artist. Like, oh my gosh, like, nobody wants to listen to that. Like, you know, people like art, they get made fun of for starting that kind of stuff. YouTubers, being a YouTuber was corny. Making videos, still to this day, people will still clown you if they see you making videos. But the people that make it get to the bag. You know, and you might never ever become successful at it, right? You might never ever start making a bunch of money from it. But the fact that you went out and at least tried and got out of your comfort zone will domino into, you know, whatever else you have that's for you in life, right? Not everything in life is going to be for you, right? If you want to make a YouTube, you might not make it. It might not be for you. But since you went out of your way to give it a shot, that will help you in your next endeavor. So next time, whatever it is, you won't be afraid to just go out and do it. You won't be afraid to fail. And that's the important thing, not being afraid to fail. Once you learn how to fail and pick up and keep going or go to the next thing, you'll find something and you'll be good at it and you'll be successful at it. But that's going in my rant for today. If you made it to the end, appreciate it, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bell, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video.